Number 17 is very similar to number 16. We're going to find the average rate of change of a company's profits in dollars after the number of years of 2008. So Acme's company's expected sales can be modeled by the function G at T. G at T is measured in thousands of dollars, and T is the number of years after 2008. So you want to pay a little bit of attention to this. Number of years after 2008. Find the average rate of change in expected sales from 2009 to 2015. So the 2009 to 2015 is your interval that you're going to work on. So they are describing your x's in essence. So this is your x1, this is your x of 2, but these are in years after 2008. So my x of 1, my first value of 2009 is year number 1, and 2015, that is 7 years after 2008. So these are the x values for my interval. So what we're going to do is we want to calculate G at 1 and get an output. We also want to calculate G at 7 and get an output. And once we get those, we're going to find the change in our y values, which really is, I'm going to go G at 7 minus G at 1, just using function notation. And this is 7 minus 1. So this G at 7 is going to give me my y value, or y sub 2. The G at 1 is going to give me a y sub 1. We're going to find the change in those, and this is my x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So what I did to calculate those values of G at 1 and G at 2 is I put in the function into the equation editor. So I went into the y equals. I plugged it in. You wouldn't have to. These numbers are pretty manageable. You could just do them on your home screen. And then I'm going to look at a table. So I'm going to do my table set. Since I only want it for a couple of values, I'm going to change the auto to ask. And I'm going to go ask. I'm just setting it. So when I ask it in my table, I want to know what is the calculated value 1 year after 2008. It's a -4. And then what is the value of my function at year 7? So 7 years is 266. So that's what we're going to put into our calculator. So for our calculations, I need to know those two numbers, -4 and 266. So the slope, or my rate of change, a better color, rate of change is G at 7 was 266 minus G at 1. They actually lost money in that year, all over 7 minus 1, which is 6. So this is 270 divided by 6. So now we'll run the calculation. 270 divided by 6. I can quit. 270 divided by 6 equals, we have 45. And since this was in thousands, it's $45,000 is your rate of change.